So hello guys, this is the man RPK4F here once again, back at you with another gameplay commentary. And actually this is a new series, not actually a new series, but it's still a gun review, but it's gonna be a version 2 gun review of some weapons that I find after the buff have gotten significantly changed for the worse or for the better, so I can finally review them now or do an improved review on it and give my updated thoughts about it. Now before I do that though, I would like to give some quick shoutouts. Now the first one goes to Deltascape. He actually just asked me, and he asked me to say that he's awesome, and yes, Deltascape, you are awesome. So that first shoutout goes to Deltascape. The second one goes to Spikies. He's a really awesome guy. He's in my clan, I play with him a ton. And also his channel will be down in the description, so if you can check him out, he makes videos as well. It would mean a lot to him, so yeah, tell him I sent you. Now the final shoutout goes to Vortex 1.7 for also asking for a shoutout. Now with all those shoutouts out the way, I can finally get on to the topic at hand, which is the RPK74M. Well, actually, before I do that, I would like to explain the gameplay first. It's actually one of my best rounds at Basra. It was around 40 kills, and I did really well with this gun. But one problem was the round was really long, so I had to cut out like a lot of parts. Not really like cut out. You are still seeing each and every kill, but like when I die, I cut it out to the moment until actually I got like in the action again. If you understand what I mean, it's kind of vague, I know, right? But just so you know, the gameplay might be a bit cut out at some parts, so yeah, hope you don't mind. And the gameplay is still 9 minutes long, so yeah, hope you guys stick through this with me. Alright, let's finally get on to the topic at hand, which is the RPK74M. Now, after the update, the RPK74M is suddenly one of the best light machine guns in Battlefield Play for Free. Why is that? Well, if you didn't know this already, this gun has an extremely fast ADS time. It actually is one of the fastest I've seen for any light machine gun in this game. It's the aim sight time actually got reduced from 0.4 seconds to 0.2 seconds. And that's a whole 50% increase in the decrease, in the ADS time, which is absolutely vital for this gun. Because before the update, there's a gun really similar to this, which is the M27 IAR. It's unlocked one level after this, and it actually costs extremely similar to this weapon. But the M27 IAR has a 0.4 second ADS time, whereas this gun now has a 0.2 second. But up until now, the RPK74M always was a bit, left short compared to the M27 IAR, which was obviously better than his gun because it did more, not more damage, but it was more accurate. I think it even has a faster reload and all that kind of stuff. But now the RPK puts up a fair fight against it and can call itself one of the best CQC LMGs out there. Well, let's get on to the stats. The RPK74M has 40 bullets per magazine with 4 magazines spare, making it have 160 ammo in total. Now, this also characterizes that this weapon isn't an actual it doesn't really feel like an LMG anymore. It's more like an assault rifle, but for your medic class, which is awesome for people that kind of dislike the slow firing weapons. Such as, not these slow firing weapons, but these slow, when you're using an LMG, you kind of feel bulky. Like if you're using something like a M240 Bravo, but this weapon will make you feel like you're playing an assault. The reload time of the weapon is actually still quite fast. It's 4.3 seconds, which also kind of makes the gun feel like it's an assault rifle, and also the 0.2 second ADS time also caters to that. But you can increase the mags, which I would really recommend you do for this weapon. I would really recommend you use casket mags, so you have the benefit of having an extremely huge mag, have really good damage, and also have a really fast ADS time, along with having the med packs to heal you and all that kind of stuff, which can make you an ultimate medic. So you can be rushing around, healing your teammates, healing yourself, reviving, and ultimately poning the opposing enemy. Now, the projectile velocity of the RPK74M is 450, which is not the fastest. It's actually quite below average. That's why I would recommend that you use something like a predator barrel or a precision barrel to buff up the projectile velocity to make you hit more bullets at longer ranges and having to aim less above your enemy and less in front of your enemy as well. But this gun is more meant for close range, so if you want, you could stick on something like a close-in barrel to this gun, so you can extend the close range of the weapon, which could also work really well. Now, the deviation of the RPK74M is not extremely low. It's one of the downsides to this weapon, which in my opinion stops it from being overpowered. The RPK74M does deviate quite a lot if you start firing more than like 8 to 7 bullets at a time, and that's why I think that this weapon is not that OP, because you still need to burst this weapon like I am doing in this video. Now, the recoil. With the recent update, the recoil of the weapon also got tweaked just a little bit. The horizontal recoil of the weapon got tweaked, so the recoil of the weapon now doesn't bob a lot side to side anymore, but goes more vertical, which is absolutely optimal if you want to maintain accurate at even longer ranges. And also, seeing that the recoil recoils up, it makes you more likely to hit a headshot. And with this weapon, it has extremely high damage, so an headshot does also really high damage. Speaking of the damage, the RPK74M does 25 to 29 damage at close range, 23 to 27 damage at medium range, and 16 to 20 damage at longer ranges. And as you can see, it does 25 damage minimum at close range, so if an enemy has 100 HP, you can expect to take him out with 4 shots at close range. Now, the recommended attachments for this weapon. I recommend to use something like a stabilized stock for this weapon, because this weapon has extremely good hip fire, so a balanced stock is not really that needed, but the weapon does kick quite a lot if you're not using a good stock to reduce the recoil, but it can be controlled, so if you want, go ahead and use something like a balanced stock. Something like a tactical stock would work just as well. Actually, it also reduces the deviation if you use tactical stock, so I've yet to try out all the attachments for this weapon, but I do think that the stabilized stock would be one of the better options for this weapon. Now, for mags, I would suggest something like casket mags or viper mags. Casket mags if you want the ultimate amount of bullets per magazine, so you almost never run out of bullets, and also have a really fast ADS time and just all the benefits, basically making you feel like you have an assault rifle with an extremely big mag. Or if you're more someone that likes to have more damage, you can go for viper mags. Viper mags give you more damage and more ammo, so you can go on longer sprees, spray for longer, don't have to reload that often, and still have enough damage to maintain, to get enough longer range kills also with this weapon. Now, as for the barrel, as I said, I would suggest something like the predator barrel or precision barrel. You can use something like closing, which would work just as well, but just keep in mind longer range targets will be harder to take out. And as for sights, I would not use any sight on this weapon whatsoever, because if you put any sight on this weapon, what happens is you decrease the ADS time. But this video is coming to an end. Hope you guys enjoyed this version 2 review of the RPK74M. This has been the man RPK4F, and I'm out.